Shalom, shalom, friends, and here we are together once again on a Tuesday afternoon. I know we live in a crazy world, a world where all sorts of things happen, and we just wonder how this world is going to make it. What's going to happen in this world? But you know, throughout all time, in every age and in every time, there have been folks who, like us, wonder, how is this world going to survive? What's going to happen? Today, I want to share with you a little excerpt from a letter written by a man whose name was Samuel Hugo Bergman. He was born in Prague in the late 1800s, and during World War I was a soldier witnessing the horror and the rampage of evil. And he wrote this to his parents, and let me share that with what he wrote. The toughest problem is the question of success of the good. I must do what is right without worrying about the consequences, and despite the fact that we are tempted to believe that we are working in vain, and the good will never prevail. This, I believe, is where religious belief comes in. You must do what is right, not just because of your conscience, but because you believe that nevertheless, in the end, good will prevail in the world. So I believe that there is a law of the universe whereby a good deed is never done in vain, and that there is a law of preserving the good, like the law of conservation of energy. Now, Hugo Bergman would go on to become a professor of quantum mechanics and a philosopher. And once you know that about him, you see that this little writing about that he does mirrors a kind of early hope that he could understand the laws of the universe. And he calls it a kind of religious law, applying a kind of physics principle to philosophy, suggesting that there must be something in the universe that propels us to do good. Because if we were to look around the world, if we were to see what was going on, to see the horror of war, disease, destruction, then we would say, what's the point? Yet we try and raise ourselves up. We try and find a way, using whatever techniques work for us, to believe that the good things in life, the good things that we do, the good things that we are, the good things that we can contribute, they're going to have some kind of positive effect in the universe, some sort of cosmic change to the world around us. He says this is religious thought. And the truth of the matter is, it is in fact religious thought. It is exactly what the rabbis wanted to convey to us when they underscored that the doing of mitzvot, the doing of deeds, was such an important part of our lives. They wanted to tell us what you do, what you say, how you act is going to make a cosmic difference. It makes a difference to you, of course. It makes a difference to those who are around you, but for the rabbis and for Bergman, the hope was that doing good would have a much larger effect, would be part of a universal law, just like gravity or any other universal law of physics. And perhaps he's on to something. For we have seen that through the generations, despite a long history of lots of turmoil and difficulty, there are still individuals, still people out there who say to themselves, I'm going to do good. I'm going to do good things. I'm going to be a good person. I'm going to live my life in a good way. It would make no sense. It would make no sense to act that way if our deeds simply disappeared. There's something in the human makeup, something in the psyche of who we are, something in our inborn religious sensibility. Here, I'm not talking about Judaism, I'm not talking about any particular religion, but something inside of us, inside of humans, that drives us to do good. I think it's the point of so much of what we say and so much of what we do. And so let us commit ourselves to continue to do good in the world, to be good in the world, and to spread a kind of inner peace of goodness surrounding us and surrounding those whom we love, those whom we know. On the prayer of that we call the Tachanun, there's a line that I want to end with today, where we pray to God, bring us to a lasting peace, that we may find tranquility before you in our daily lives, and contentment forever. We'll end, as we always do, with the mourner's kaddish, the mourner's prayer. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, b'yalma divra kirutei v'yamlich machutei, b'chayechon v'yamechon v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, b'hagalah v'yizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam le'amei amaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitboar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yidadar v'yidaleh v'yidalal shemei d'kudisha barichu, li'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata damiran b'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlomo rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Aseh shalom b'imramav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Thank you, friends, for being with us. See you next week.